Thank you very much, Arena. Thank you. Hey, class 173, what do you say? Congratulations. I do want to congratulate the two students who did receive my scholarships. My scholarship is named in honor of my family, my mom and my dad, and Jordan Miller and Susan Stewart. Congratulations. Thank you. Very happy for you. All right, so good morning and congratulations. Hello to Miss Carroll, Miss McCluskey, and everybody else. Parents, proud grandparents, good morning. And any Vikings in the house? I am so happy and honored to be your commencement speaker. But I want you to know it is a tremendous responsibility. I mean, I'm supposed to put something to say that do you some good in the future. That's tough. That's tough. So because it's so tough, and by the way, the reason it's tough is because, first of all, you've heard it all before, and second of all, you're too excited today to listen anyway. But because of that, so I decided I'm just going to plagiarize. I went online, I read, and I listened to a few speeches, you know, made by all sorts of famous people, and I'll tell you the truth, I was really impressed with a lot of what they had to say. But I wanted something more encompassing, all-encompassing, a short list of what to do after high school. Then I found it. Actually, I knew it. I had memorized it when I was teaching here. I was teaching a poetry segment. It's not a commencement speech, but it should be, although I do think I have to illustrate some of the points as we go along. It's the great poem by Rudyard Kipling. It's called If. All right, and it goes like this. If you can keep your head while all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, and if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, yet make allowances for that doubting too. But I mean, doesn't this just always happen, right? People freaking out and blaming it on you. And as far as trusting yourself, you got to be sure about who you are and what you think. But you have to always be open to other points of view. Don't be certain. Get you in trouble. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting. This is one of my favorites. You know, when you're online at the DMV waiting for somebody that's taking their sweet time or just waiting for the bus. Thinking about waiting and not being tired by waiting comes in handy. The next ones start without an if, but they're just as good. Being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hate. And yet, don't look too good or talk too wise. Well, that's like my father used to say. Two wrongs never make a right, so don't lie. And don't deal in hate. You know, don't be a hater. And as far as looking too good or talking too wise, just don't be a show-off. You know, always be chill, as we say here in Philly. Now, if you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim. So you have to have dreams, right? But you have to be realistic about those dreams. And you have to get things done in life. You can't just sit around and think about them. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. Well, this is important. You know, you cannot be afraid to fail. Because it is your failures that you will learn from. And when you do succeed, remember that there are other people and other factors involved in your success, not just how wonderful you are. If you can bear to hear the truths you spoke and twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools, be careful, because your words will be misconstrued. And people will say that you said or meant something you didn't. And as for stooping and building with worn-out tools, this is really important. Remember that now that you've graduated, you have a stake in the future. You have a stake in your communities and in your country. Like somebody said, we're all in this together. And so from now on, because you have that stake, you have to make choices that make for a better life for yourself. You know, when you're thinking about throwing a punch, think twice.
Keep on the stage.
If you can make a heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss, well, this means you have to be a risk taker in life. And I'm not talking about youthful, risky behavior, boys. I'm talking about the real risk. The real risk of putting yourself out there and on the line for what you care about and what you believe in, and then not complaining if it doesn't work out exactly as you hoped. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing left in you except the will which says to them, hold on. Now this is one of the most important tenets of the poem, and one of the most important traits that you'll need going on in life. It's called grit and perseverance, and what it takes to get things done that are worth getting done. Don't be afraid to work hard, and stick with it until you finish. If you can talk with crowds and not lose your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose that common touch, if neither foe nor loving friend can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. Now I'm going to double plagiarize here. George Saunders, the great thinker and writer, made a commencement speech about kindness, and it went viral. And I think this is also what Kipling's talking about here. When you walk or talk with people, any people, be kind. Be kind, because any kindness, no matter how small, is never wasted. And it is the times, I promise you, it is the times when you are not kind that you will regret for the rest of your days. And lastly, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds of distance run, which means you try, even when it's hard, and you finish what you start. And here comes the poem's payoff. This is what you get if you do all these things. Yours is the earth and all that is in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son, and for our purposes today, a woman, my daughter. Congratulations again. You made your parents proud. Don't stop now. And parents, don't let them stop now. Good luck, everybody. Keep punching any Vikings in the house.